Jason, who the f is this guy?
Oh, who the f are you?
Well, my name is Adam. I've actually been involved in Keep It Reet for a little bit of time now, nearly 2 years.
They're not sweating enough.
I've been making the videos that you guys have all been watching since this channel was at 8,000 subscribers. Not so much anymore. We got Mungie and we got Will doing the vlogs now, so I don't really make them much anymore. I film them, but that's about it. But anyway, that's who I am. Been a Reet for 2 years, and I've been sucked in to the drifting life. I've now bought a CRESSIDA, which we'll go over in this video. Alright, so you're going to see a little bit more of my head on this channel because we're going to do a full build on the CRESSIDA, and also I'm just putting it out there before anyone comments anything. Geez, this guy must know what he's doing. Zero clue. I've never built a car like this before. I've never gone drifting, never done any of it, so come along for the ride of me learning. I know less than Tarly, and that's saying something. If you've seen in the background of some videos, this is my car that some of you have pointed out because I used to run a channel called Living 4x4.
People know me.
Quick plug to Living 4x4. It's now just my brother is going to be running that. But this is my import Prado KZJ78. So it's got a Hilux motor. It's coiled all round. It's auto. It's different to any other car that you really see, but it looks the same as a 76 because the body from here back is the same as a 76. So
They don't know what it is.
if you want to know more about it, let me know, because I've got to do some work on it to be able to tow this car, because that'd be terrible at the moment. So as I said, I've been a Reet for over 2 years now, and I know Jason and Jesse so well because I've filmed them for so long. I reckon I can give you a very good impression, just so you feel a little bit more at home. What's this? What's this?
What's this?
Chat! What a nugget.
Not bad.
That's how Jay Farron would do the. And then this is the Jesse intro. Adam! Adam, are we live? Jay! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Keep It Reet YouTube channel. My name's Jay Scott Drafts, and today we got the CRESSIDA. Ooh. That's pretty good, Jesse impression. Alright, so enough of that. Let's quickly go over this car because it's actually got a decent mod list. It's a, fully forgot the year, it's a 19 something, don't know. So it's obviously it's an MX-83, it says Series 2, but it's got a Series 3 kit on it. Don't know, Jesse told me it was a Series 3. It doesn't have plates. I know nothing about the past of this car. We think it may have been written off in a flood, or it's stolen. Don't know. Alright, let's go over the car. Alright, so this is the CRESSIDA. It came with the Series 1 grille, which everyone wants, which doesn't have any bolts in it, or zip ties. So that's gang. So we got Enkis all around. It's got brand new Nexons up front, shat tires on the rear. It's got R33 rotors, and it's got BA rotors and R33 calipers with braided brake lines all around. It's got BC coilovers all around. Come to the back where you may or may not be able to see. Oh, I can't see shit, it's too low. So it's got excessive manufacturing adjustable rear arms, which is gangster. So I've been told by Jesse. I don't know anything about this. I actually think this has an open diff, so we need to sort that out. I think that's it for the rear, because it's got the full set of arms, so it's top and bottom. So that's cool. Let's turn the wheels. Actually, before I turn the wheels, let's go over the shat interior. So we got a nice fake Momo, nothing but the best. Some nice fake shat seats that bend. It's great. Oh, that's not even bolted in. That's not bolted in. Perfect. I'll jump in. So this whole car has actually been rewired, so the battery's been relocated to the boot. Did run a Haltech, so the ECU was in there, like a normal ECU. Kill switch, fuel pump and accessories is what I'm assuming, and then start button. Apart from that, it's pretty standard in here. It doesn't have carpet, which is a shame. I really want carpet in the car because it just sounds shit. I'm just not a fan. Yeah, nothing but the best fake shat. Alright, so under the bonnet, nothing. It's got no motor, no gearbox, no worries. Braided power steering line, alloy radiator, front mount intercooler. They're just no brand, no name stuff, but whatever. I do know that this had a 1J in it at some point. I don't know what gearbox was with it, and I don't know what this car was used for at all. Brand new knuckles. It's got S14 steering rack offset spacers, brand new knuckles, as I said, BC coilovers. I think that's it for here. If we come to the boot, ow, bastard. It came with all the intercooler piping, it's got a dump pipe, and over here, it actually came with a full stainless exhaust, just needs a set of blast pipes on the back, so that's Kang. That makes my life a lot easier. As you can see, it's got the battery relocation into the boot, and then it also has an upgraded Walbro fuel pump, which the ad is definitely wrong on this part because it says new Walbro 525 litres per hour fuel pump, which that doesn't sound right. We'll know when it goes to a dyno. Not pulling out. I think that's it. All right, that is the full overview of what I bought with the car. I've got a few parts that I want to go through, but I bought all of that for $3,000, so not a bad steal. This is gonna be like semi-budget build. It's not gonna be full budget because I want some nice stuff, but obviously I've never been drifting before, so don't go all out. The motor that's gonna go in this should be pretty obvious. Old reliable.
2JZ engine, no shit.
And what did I tell you?
2JZ, the ass 2JZ, NAVVTI. She be right though. Reason for going that is one, it's been done before, so it should be a lot easier to be able to do the whole swap. Two, just a solid motor. Three, cheap. Bought this motor for 1,200 bucks off a mate. It came out of an IS 300. It's missing a lot of bolts, so I'm gonna have to find a lot of bolts, like a lot of bolts. But as you saw next to it, I've already got a brand new R154, which will fit reasonably well. A few mods required, we'll go over that later. Sitting over here, we've got a couple small parts from KE Conversions. So we've got a cross member brace, we've got their pedal kit with their clutch master, so that's all bolt-in, so that's pretty cool. And then from Turbo Smart, I guess that sort of reveals that this is gonna be a turbo motor because I just bought a wastegate. I'm waiting on a turbo from Hyper Gary, so that's gangster. He's gonna make one to suit this setup. Ooh, big mama. Oh, I just realized, Mitch. Just realized I'm not wearing a Keep It Reet hoodie. Oh. Perfect time to plug our merch. Ooh, if you haven't seen our freshest of fresh hoodies, you're missing out because this is our Keep It Reet Drift Club hoodie, otherwise known as the University hoodie because it's like a uni design. But we definitely have these on the website. I think we have some Barrowags Blaze on the website, and there may even be a couple cheeky quad turbo hoodies left over on the website, I'm not sure. But head down to keepitreit.com if you want to be as stylish as the Keep It Reet crew. Got a big mama, if my camera would focus, jazzy filming going on here. Big 60mm gate for the old 2JZ. Because, let me sit that right there. Jesse was talking to Teo, which is Hyper Gary, if you didn't know. And because this is an NA motor, it's got a higher compression than a turbo motor, which means it's going to be pushing out a lot more air, correct? Yes. Yeah. So he's making like a pretty big turbo for the amount of power that I want to make. So we need a big ass wastegate to get rid of all that boost so I don't grenade the motor. Science, sort of. Basic science.
Yes, science!
My mate Mitch, he's my mechanic friend who has a 1J swapped Hilux.
Half 1J.
Half swapped 1J Hilux. So he sort of knows what he's on about, but alright. That's been a lot of talking because there was a lot to go over. We got one more thing to go over, but then we're gonna actually do stuff to this car for the first time. So this transmission, R154, in a CRESSIDA with a 2J or a 1J, if you want to put an R154 in, it's reasonably simple, but there's three versions of an R154. So we got this one, which is a non-remote. Then you have a remote shifter, but then there's also one that it's easier, just Jaya will put a photo up on the screen. This one you're looking at right now is the one that you want to fit in that with no cutting. Obviously I don't have that one because they're way too hard to get. They're out of a turboed Mark III Supra. I think that's it. There is some workarounds you can do. You can get a shifter out of an R150, which is a Hilux, a two-wheel drive Hilux. You can swap it into that, and then the shifter location will be correct for this thing. But also, I was talking to some people, I mean Jassy, and he said, it's a drift car, don't care, cut a hole in the tunnel, she be right. So that's what we're gonna do. For now, we're just gonna bolt this transmission to that engine, and we're gonna test fit it into here and see where it comes out to see if it is a viable option to just cut the transmission tunnel. We'll see. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna test fit all that. That was a lot of talking. I'm sort of out of breath. My arm hurts. Anyway, that's gonna be the build, and you're gonna see me progress with drifting. Obviously, gonna start with a drift school, blah, 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 work my way up like what Tyler did. And I'm very keen. So I used to be a four-wheel driver, getting into drifting, one expensive hobby into another. Premium. All right, let's get this motor in that car. Something you may have noticed, this is not the Kangang factory. This is the shed at my house, which I'm going to be building this whole car at. So it's going to be a bit of a different vibe. It's all built out of work hours, but on the weekends in the shed, late nights, it's going to be the OG building cars late at night sort of vibe. So that's why we're not in the Kangang factory, because there's no room there. And then I have to deal with Jesse, and no one wants to deal with Jesse out of work hours. Made it up to there. We did actually drop this in there just to make sure that the mounts were right. They're not right, as far as we know. Like, it seems like the ones that came with the car are to suit a stock 2J engine mount, and this 2J came with engine mounts to suit the stock mounts of this car. So I think we've got a little bit of a back-to-back going on. But for now, for testing purposes, it's gonna work because the motor's not gonna move back and forth. It just seems to sit in the right spot. It just seems to be pushing the engine mounts a little bit far, but we'll make it work. She be right. Let's get this motor and gearbox in. So we're in the car. As you can see, the shifter location does not work. See that little square bit right there? That's where the shifter is. So it's literally sitting like right here. So definitely that other version of the gearbox, that'll fit up perfectly. Or if you do the R150 shifter swap, it'll fit perfect. I think for now, we're gonna take the shifter off anyway to see if the trans mount will fit. But if I can find one, there's not many of them getting around because it's out of a two-wheel drive Hilux. Most people just want to sell the whole gearbox instead of just the shifter. If I can find one, great, we'll swap it on. If not, we'll cut a hole. I reckon that is the go. That wasn't too bad, to be honest. It went in rather simply. Let's get this properly mounted up to make sure that trans mount, don't know. I did speak to Hori, and I asked him about cutting a section of that tunnel brace out, and he said doesn't matter because it's going to get a cage. Corey's words, not mine. If you're gonna hate me, hate Corey. Measured it out here, so that is the chunkus that we're gonna cut out for the current shifter to work. Definitely gonna be a mission to find the right shifter, and it's more money. Quick notches, and it should work. It's not in too bad of a spot really. Should still clear the handbrake. Should be alright for smacking gears. Ooh, we are on. Gary's. Smack some gears. Oh, I missed a gear. Already missing gears. It, like, as it sits right now, it's a little bit close to this, the handbrake, but once you put a shift knobus on, and this also still needs to come up a little bit, it'll be fine because you'll be up above it. So she be right. Dang. So we'll make a plate to cover this hole, and then we'll get a little shift booters or something going on, but it's in, so that's cool. Honestly, didn't have to cut that much of this at all, so that's nice. That's pretty much it for today, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, that is the end of the day and the end of this video. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to see a new car on the channel, but also a fresh face. I've been behind the camera for so long, you probably know my voice, but you don't know what I look like. You probably see me in a lot of the HSP videos and a lot of the Reet rundowns. I'm keen to get this going. I really want to get absolutely cranking on it. Obviously need to get a clutch is like the first thing that needs to happen. Pick up that turbo, grab a few other things, and the motor needs a good one turbo just for bolts, because I think he used it as a little bit of a parts motor when he needed just random things. So there's a lot of just like odd things missing. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and like that ass, subscribe that ass, and we'll see you next time.